everyone, I'm that Amy girl, and today I am heading out with my friends to Virginia, and we are about to see something that I've been wanting to see for a really long time. So, welcome to my world. Come on in! We are heading in to our destination, and I can see them off in the distance already. This is so cool. There's a rooster. And we have made it in. We are at President's Head, Virginia. Look at that.
Yeah, we're here. Photos of the trail, and you would find one by one.
So we have made it to President's Head, Virginia. All these massive President's Heads. This has been coming up on my feed for a very long time. And now I'm standing here. This is amazing. And this is the view basically as you're first walking in. And then off to the right here, kind of like brought out to the front and a little bit larger than some of them. Or of course, George Washington. You can see more in the background here. Oh, wow. Andrew Jackson. And Mr. Abraham Lincoln. There's someone taking their picture there. I'll move in just a moment so you can see him better. Here we are. Mr. Lincoln.
Nice contrast.
Back of Lincoln. And then down they have here some quotes and interesting facts for Lincoln as well. You'll notice that the back of his head is very damaged. Alright, we have the back of Jackson, and again, some Andrew Jackson facts and quotes. And the back of George Washington. More quotes and facts. So they're all just kind of like together.
It's really weird, but in a good way. Like, other than I hate that they were okay, right? That's what the creepy look. Oh, yeah, no.
It is a little creepy, but it's also really cool. These are amazing. The artistry, like, look at that. It almost, the Kennedy looks like a portrait almost. It's amazing.
Oh, that's Jimmy Carter.
You see it?
That's
So
Ronald
like you see the
Reagan.
guy that's trying to
We've got Reagan. Back here, we've got John Adams. I'm sorry. That's not John Adams. That is. I was going by the map, but I was looking wrong. There he is. A little creepy because he's looking straight at me. It's kind of freaking me out, not gonna lie. I'm fine. Everything's fine. And then next to him, we have George W. Bush. If you look down, you can even actually walk in between them, but it's quite muddy, and I don't have the best shoes on for mud, so I'm gonna skip that. They're all in a row, and they are not in consecutive order, so they do have a map. It's on the website, but also as we're coming in, they gave us like a QR code. And with the map, this is, I feel like, a must see. This is amazing. These are incredible sculptures. Look at this. Look at the artistry. It is absolutely amazing. Here's a better look at Kennedy here.
You don't know how to work a pick on it.
I think we got it. Thank you.
That. I believe that's Grant back there.
So, oh, you're not here. We'd probably like to hear his talk. Yeah, they could like do it. No, they don't. They don't. And I'm guessing they're not.
And then I want to say here somewhere is Harrison. Yeah. This is quite magnificent.
When people are actually judging.
I was wrong, I believe. Okay, we got Grant here. And we've got Andrew Johnson, James Buchanan, the only president that was not married. Here, I was right, but I wanted to be sure. That is William Henry Harrison. Shortest presidency, 32 days. And I feel right now like I'm being stared down by Buchanan. Ooh. Like I said, it can be a little bit creepy.
What in the heck am I? Where am I here? Why am I in industrial recycling facility? This business, that house, and these heads, and all 400 acres here is owned by a gentleman by the name of Howard Hankins. Howard is an industrial recycler, and he helped construct the original President's Park. President's Park was an outdoor museum that existed 11 miles from here in the early 2000s, from 2004 until 2010. It was the brainchild of a local entrepreneur by the name of Haley Newman. Mr. Newman, unfortunately, is no longer with us, but he was an entrepreneur in town and also the owner, for those of you that are local, of Water Country. Okay? Mr. Newman recognized that tourism in Williamsburg began to stagnate in the late 90s. Matter of fact, it started to reverse. You needed something new. What can we do in this highly historic town that is going to bring people back? So we partnered with a sculptor from Texas, who I will talk about momentarily, on a $10 million collaboration called President's Park at exit 242. And it opened with a lot of fanfare. Foot traffic galore for about 2 months. And things went south. A number of things occurred. The recession hit. People were tight with their money. The tickets became overpriced relative to the experience that was offered. Not a lot of inspiration to come back for repeat visits. The layout was somewhat vanilla. There wasn't anything apart from a makeshift fuselage of an Air Force One that was super cool. A neat place for an elementary or middle school field trip, right? But more importantly, the main reason that it failed is the main reason that most businesses fail. And that is they did not know how to market efficiently. They were horrible at it. So the result was the park closed in 2010. It sat abandoned and unmaintained for about 2 years. And then a rental car company came in and bought the property. And they needed a huge plot of land for a parking lot for their fleet of vehicles. Time for these to go. How do they get rid of them? Well, a conversation occurred. They called Mr. Hankins, who helped build the park, who had a reputation as a phenomenal stone crusher. That conversation actually occurred. Howard, I'll pay you to pulverize these things. That's garbage. Total. He was mortified. He was like, huh? This is someone's 2.5 years of somebody's expertise and blood, sweat, and tears and passion. This is art. This is history. And you want me to put it in my stone crusher? Are you crazy? I'll take them. I'll save them. I'm like, all right, they're 3 tons each. Have fun with that. So we had to figure out a way to get them here for no other reason than to protect them from demolition from somebody else, and or in his mind, as a businessman himself, he was thinking maybe I can repurpose these things and use them in my own park.
Now I'm like inside, I'm like walking through. As you can see, my friends are ahead there. We're a little bit in the mud here.
Weeks ago? Yeah.
Check that out.
I like to post something from like every. You think we should get a picture of you with George W?
Can walk through a little bit. I'm kind of in the trenches a little bit here.
Okay. Look at my hand. Head up. Chin up. Hey. Smile. Big smile. Pretend it's your president, like you did. Like, there you go. Yay. Okay. Right. I saw one right here. Oh, here it is.
Right, they also have this proof of Obama, but he was never actually made into a larger one, at least not for this park, because the park went bankrupt, unfortunately, right as he was going into office. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. Next time there'll be a little bit more 250 celebration of America. Until then, go chase your dreams. Thanks for watching to the end. There's no blooper this time. However, when we were leaving the rest stop in Virginia, I was walking back to my car and I found a $20 bill just sitting there in the parking space next to my car. So I went ahead and took a picture with that $20 bill in front of the Andrew Jackson sculpture, which I thought would be pretty fun.